Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team possible for less than a million MT here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 16,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, we have built ourselves an absolutely great lineup for a million MT. The one problem I will say with building a lineup like this is that a lot of the top cards are unfortunately gate kept behind lock-ins still, at least to a certain extent. Even if it is the smaller lock-ins, like guys like, for example, a Kareem. Can't really put him in this lineup without locking in that entire set, which is pretty expensive. But regardless, still have built a really good squad. Starting point guard actually is Russell Westbrook. I put Russ at starting PG, despite Cade, I think, being better, because it fits the lineup really well. Though he's not the greatest defender simply because he's smaller, 6'3", 6'7" wingspan. Defensive badges are good. Defensive stats are good, although in the interior he's not great. But offensively, he is exceptional, which does make him one of the very best point guards in the entire game, simply based off of the offensive value that you get out of the card. Ignore everything else. He is a really good, really valuable card in my team. And slashing wise, he's insane. He's insanely fast. He's actually got a pretty good release. He's a really good shooter, and playmaking wise, he's very good as well. It's a very versatile, very good top tier option at the position for sure. But I think the fact that makes Russ so good at the point guard position on this type of squad is the fact that I can surround him with so much defense. Starting with Ron Artest at the 2, who is one of the best defensive cards in the entire game. Offensively quite good as well. Rudy Gay release, Hoff posterizer, solid shooting badges, decent, pretty good playmaking badges, including even silver speed booster. Offensive stats all the way around are really good, but defensively is where he really shines. Hoff anchor, first shooting guard in the game this year to get the Hall of Fame anchor badge, in addition to a bunch of other elite defensive Hoffs. Every single defensive badge, pretty much, with the exception of basically Brick Wall. Really complete, really good card in my team at the shooting guard position with, like I said, an elite release, pretty good movement, and insane defensive ability. Offensively good, defensively insane. He's really good. Luol Deng kind of in the same boat as Ron Artest, another defensively insane card who is capable enough but not insane offensively. And Luol Deng, I mean, he's got pretty good speed. He's a good shooter. He's a solid slasher. Gets gold limitless range. Really solid shooting badges. Playmaking badges are good as well, including gold blow by, break starter, bailout, speed booster, silver handles for days, and unpluckable. Defensive badges are also awesome on him. No Hoff anchor, but it's still gold. He's still got Hoff off ball, pass, Hoff post, lockdown, Hoff interceptor, clamps, glove challenger, etc. Release is absolute butter on him as well. I like this card a lot. Really good release, elite defender, amazing 3-and-D, but also stretches the floor at a high level, has some shot creation ability, really good size as well at 6'9". Overall, a card that I, in all honesty, am just a very big fan of. At the power forward position, I did decide to go with Sharif Abdul-Rahim. I know he's a Ruby. I think he fits defensively. I just like the defensive lineup that you're getting in this starting lineup, the amount of different defensive versatility and switchability that you get. Another guy who's got pretty versatile defensive stats, has silver anchor, brick wall, clamps, interceptor. He's got the interior and the perimeter ability at the power forward position, some versatility, decent speed, good shooter, can shot create a little bit, especially with a ball handle shoe, and he dunks the ball well. Very good finisher, and I understand he's only a Ruby, but he's a really good Ruby. One of the best Ruby cards in the entire game. 42,000 MT as well. It's nice because it helps us to fit our budget, because some of these cards, I mean, the 4 diamonds in this starting lineup are almost 800,000 MT between the 4 of them. Well, not quite, but they're over 700k. I mean, it is really expensive. It's a very large chunk of this roster and of our budget, but that is because, well, we have D-Rob at center, the best center in the game. He's a no-brainer, obviously, has to be on the squad, of course. 87 speed, elite defender, really good finisher inside. Defensive badges are quite good, as are the interior badges in the offensive end of the court. He also shoots the ball very well. Overall, just does a lot of things really well. He's one of the best, if not the best, shooting big in the game, while also giving you the interior dominance and ability of guys like Wilt, Shaq, and Kareem, while also having very good speed, even some shot creation ability. A ball handle shoe, if you have Mike D'Antoni, allows him to timing burst even. So a lot to like about this D-Rob card. He is really good. Best center in the game, and I think he's a very easy, pretty much must start in this team. Cade Cunningham comes off the bench simply because the bench doesn't have as much defense, so I want some more size at least. And Cade Cunningham gives 6'7", 1 wingspan. At least gives me that size, the point guard position. Really great offensive point guard. Moves quite well even without speed booster. Shoots the ball very well. Defensively, he's not great, but he's not horrible either. The size is nice and stats are pretty good. Badges just aren't elite. Finishing wise, pretty solid as well. Not insane, but 85 driving dunk, silver precision dunker, bulldozer, posterizer, that type of stuff. Gold fast twitch, float game scooper. All that type of stuff as well is nice. He's got good speed. He moves pretty well. Has tray escape, which is one of the best escapes in the game. Pro behind the back as well. A very nice release. And overall, 84k, great card. Not Not admittedly the best defensive two either in Nick Young. Both Cade and Nick Young kind of better off the ball than on the ball defensively, but one of them is going to have to at least compete on the ball in this lineup. But this lineup construction is fine. You've seen a lot of people run Cade and Nick Young as like the budget duo guards. 6'7", 7-foot wingspan, amazing movement for Nick Young outside of his front size-up escape. But outside of that, he moves quite well. His explosive escape is amazing. His release is one of the best in the game. Ben Shepherd base, he's got great playmaking badges, great shooting badges, and great finishing badges. Kind of like Cade. Solid enough defensive stats, mediocre badges, but not too horrible. At least they both do have clamps on bronze. 84K for the both of them, though. For each card is a price that I just don't think you're really going to match at either of those positions for somebody that price. Gerald Wallace comes in at the 3 simply because we need more defense, and he's pretty big with a nice player build and defends his absolute butt off on the perimeter and the interior. Versatile defensive wing with good speed, great athlete who also has a very smooth release. Can shoot the 3 ball at a pretty high level. Admittedly, he is not the most insane card in terms of, like, I don't think people are going to see Joe Walsh and be scared, but athletically he's great. He's going to hit his open threes at a very consistent rate, and defensively he's elite with a very good player build, great defensive animations. Awesome budget small forward option, really great option for this team, I think, in Gerald Wallace. But Jared Vanderbilt, Gerald and Jared, pretty similar names, comes in at the power forward position. You could switch this as well. Like, you could do this, and I would have no problems with it. Actually, this might even be the better lineup because your starters already have more defense, so Vanderbilt not having Anchor and Brick Wall doesn't matter as much. It's nice that Sharif has those at the 4, so I actually think that might actually be worth switching up. But Jared Vanderbilt is super duper athletic, good shot creator at the power forward position, really nice pick and pop card with a good release, great speed, but defensively very good, very versatile statistically as well. 87s and 88s across the board. Defensive badges are also quite good. Playmaking badge is pretty good. Slashing badge is amazing. He's got gold catch and shoot corner specialist as well. Unfortunately, no anchor, brick wall, or clamps, though. Those are 3 of the most important defensive badges in the game. He doesn't get either of them. It's a little bit of a shame because everything else about the card is really quite good. He shoots the ball capably, is super duper athletic, and he does still defend quite well. Play makes pretty well. Just wish that he could defend at a slightly more elite level with a couple of those most important badges on him. But that doesn't mean he's a bad card at all. Bobby Portis going to come in at the back of center position as the final piece on this team. This squad literally comes in at like right at 1 million MT, by the way. So it's like 999,000 MT, I think. But it's basically right there at that 1 million MT price point. Obviously, card prices will continue to drop, and hopefully we continue to see some really good in-set cards like we did this last week with D-Rob and our test. Hopefully these test of season packs that we're going to be getting over the next couple weeks will continue to have lots of really good in-set cards, and it's not just the lock-in rewards that are worth using. And overall, this is an incredible team that you can build for 1 million NT. I really do think it's a great squad. Supplementing in a couple of free cards here and there, a couple of grindable cards, and this type of squad can compete with any team in my team. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.